It's July and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, art, archives, and accidental happies. Welcome to the July edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Summer reading's going strong, but it's not too late to sign up and start logging in your reading. There's a program for every age in the Beanstack app. And we're still celebrating families who have successfully completed the Linder Challenge by visiting every single one of our 15 fabulous branches. So much visual delight with this summer's reading challenge with the theme of Color Our World. How could we go wrong? We've been channeling our inner artists since June 1st, with plenty more to go. There are programs for every age group, everything from Kindness Rocks to collage workshops with Veronica Halleck to pottery workshops to creating accidental happies a la the immortal Bob Ross. We're making collaborative art, textile art, acrylic art, wearable expressions and album jackets with local artist LMNOP, even exploding paint rockets. But wait, there's more. Garden Discoveries focuses on the healing traditions of South Louisiana with prayer, plants, and poultices. And how about a new series for small business owners and entrepreneurs? And a fabulous summer symposium for genealogists. You know, we're always talking about digital resources, but this year, the library's genealogy department will feature 4 local archivists for a look at the paper trail, using non-digital records to research your ancestors. And another new series called Pick Up and Play is off to a great start with help from the folks at Baton Rouge Music Studios. In addition to summer movies throughout the library system, we'll premiere the films created in this summer's teen film camps, and then hold a filmmaker forum with help from the Underground Film Festival. Our teens have been busy with everything from escape rooms to tiny hand challenges, saltwater cars workshops with Napa Auto Parts, Stranger Things trivia games, and DIY, and of course, programs for the little guys. Ballet, Harvey Rabbit and Friends, Charlie the Noise Guy, the Cereal Box Collage Workshop, Professor Universe, and 3 different shows from Bright Star Theater, a toddler dance party, and of course, story times and story crafts all over the parish. It's all listed in this month's edition of the Source newsletter in print and online, as well as on the online calendar. Check it out at ebrpl.com.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
It sure seems like a lot of fun and games this month, but the real reason we ramp up activities in the summer is to help stop the summer slide, so that our kids don't return to school in August needing to relearn everything that they had mastered the previous April and May. The digital library contains many tools and resources to help parents and caregivers help keep that energy and attention going at home. It's time to find out more in the digital download.
Are you looking for fresh, engaging ways to support your child's learning journey? Or perhaps you're an educator or homeschooler seeking quality, ready-to-use resources? Your library card is now your key to a new resource called Educate Station. Educate Station offers a treasure trove of thousands of teacher-created principal worksheets, activities, and educational games designed for children from pre-K through 5th grade. Whether it's mastering math concepts, developing reading and writing skills, exploring science, or diving into social studies, Educate Station makes learning an exciting adventure. As well as the huge variety of worksheets, Educate Station also features weekly learning plans that follow Common Core and other national standards. Simply choose the grade you need and you'll see a year's worth of high-quality curriculums at your fingertips. It's perfect for homeschool families and lesson planning. It's also great for homework help, reinforcing classroom learning, or simply providing fun educational activities at home. Spark curiosity and empower your young learners today with this valuable resource. Learning has never been so enjoyable. You'll find Educate Station and other great educational resources for kids in the digital library at ebrpl.com.
This new platform offers a great complement to what students experience at school, and as Andrew said, a fabulous resource for homeschooling families. Let's shift gears now and go beyond the stacks.
I think we're kind of a great bridge between our local farmers and our community. It gives the folks around here a chance to directly interact and connect with the farmers and get their produce straight from the hands that grow it and people that live here, rather than large companies or grocery stores. My name is Nick Bennett. I'm the Nutrition Education Manager with Breda, who is the nonprofit that runs the Red Stick Farmers Market. So we are hosting one of our seasonal Tuesday markets from 3 to 6 p.m. today, where we have a variety of vendors selling everything from produce, baked goods, fresh coffee, and plants. So this is one of our seasonal markets, so this will operate usually from early April until the end of June, maybe early July, and then we pick back up again in October until maybe late November, early December. So we have this Tuesday market here from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Goodwood Library. We also have a market from 9 to noon at Howell Park at the ExxonMobil YMCA. We also have a year-round Thursday market at Pennington Biomedical Research Center from 8 to noon. And then we have one downtown every Saturday, rain or shine, from 8 to noon on the corner of 5th and Main Street. The library is amazing. They've been a wonderful partner. They're great about letting folks know we're here, letting them know what special events we have going on, and just anything we've needed throughout the whole process of setting up, organizing, putting out calls, advertising, marketing. They've helped us every step of the way. They're wonderful, and we'd love to be a part of this community and to work with them. As you can see, there's plenty of people here, so obviously folks know that we're here. They like to see us here, and they're coming out, so no reason to deprive them of something they love.
The Tuesday Farmers Market at the main library occurs weekly from April through June and July until it gets too hot, and it picks up again in October. You can also buy their fresh produce year-round on Thursdays and Saturdays at their year-round markets. Visit breda.org to learn more. Stay right there. After the break, Andrew Tadman joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Access to data is good for us all. That's why we provide free online access to data access reference solutions. Get a library card. Get access to data at ebrpl.com/digital library.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that making things is good for us all. That's why we have makerspaces at 4 locations and a 3D printing service at the main library. The makerspaces have a variety of tools and equipment to enable both creative and practical projects. This includes 3D printers, sewing machines, audio-visual gear, and much more. Get a library card. Get free access to makerspaces at ebrpl.com/makerspaces.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and
You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow. Everything you need to know about your local library system. Now, earlier you heard from Reference Coordinator Andrew Tadman as he shared details about one of our new digital platforms. But that's just one of his many jobs. Andrew also directs the library's Small Business Service, and they'll be premiering a new series for small business owners and entrepreneurs this July. Okay, Andrew, let's talk about the Small Business Engine series.
Yeah, so this is a 5-part series that we're doing in collaboration with a nonprofit called The Alliance. In August, we'll be doing programs on building your business and also capital, raising capital. But in July, our first session is going to be all about marketing.
And marketing actually applies to businesses large and small, and it even applies to nonprofits and government agencies. Everybody has to market something. So July...
It's July 8th.
8th.
And we're going to be having panelists from a bunch of local companies. So CEOs of GatorWorks, Malera Enterprises, Tilt, CLB Consulting, Sasso.
Yeah.
So there are all these local experts who've been really successful marketing their own businesses. So they're going to be talking about what they've done and their experiences with marketing.
Okay, so how does this series differ from a library workshop that we might normally do that shows how to use a resource? You mentioned subject matter experts.
Yeah, so this is much more than just a class. It's panel discussions, and it's your opportunity to actually talk to these people and pick their brains, which is a rare opportunity.
And these are local people, so they know our local landscape.
Yeah, nobody knows better than our local area than they do. And we'll be following it up 2 days later on July 10th with more of a kind of deep dive into some of our resources.
Where you can kind of get your hands on the keyboard and leave with a product at that point.
Yeah, so you'll get the taste on July 8th, and then you can really deep dive it with us, and we can look and show you what we can do for your business.
Well, something like this generally costs thousands of dollars. How much does this session cost?
Oh, well, this session is absolutely free.
Free with your library card. So attendees will gain networking, they'll get local information, they'll get a taste or an introduction to some tools that the library makes available for free on marketing. Do you have to sign up?
We do have a registration link. It's ebrpl.co/marketing.
Okay.
Just to reserve your place.
And so this is the first of 5. They will be recorded.
Yes, so they will be available if you can't make it.
Okay, so anyone who has any extra questions, should they just contact Small Business Service? How do they do that?
Yeah, they can email us, smallbusiness@ebrpl.com, or they can always just call the reference number 231-3750.
All right, thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
After the break, we'll hear from author Allie Wester. Stay with us right here on the Library Roadshow.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Free entertainment is good for us all. That's why we make ebooks and audiobooks available through the Libby app. Get a library card. Get free entertainment at ebrpl.com/digital library.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Supporting the education of students is good for us all. That's why we provide access to live online tutoring through Homework Louisiana. Get a library card. Get free education at ebrpl.com/homeworkhelp.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get...
Welcome back to the July edition of the Library Roadshow. Allie Wester is an event planner right here in Louisiana, and for more than 25 years, Allie's helped local brides plan their wedding day. Allie's written a book entitled Secret Confessions of a Wedding Planner, a behind-the-scenes guide for brides. This should be a good read. Allie joins me now by phone. Allie, how'd you get your start as an author?
I got started as an author. I've always wanted to write a book. I've been a wedding planner for more than 20 years. And I've always wanted to write a book for brides.
And what's this book about?
The name of the book is Secret Confessions of a Wedding Planner. It is a guide for brides, sprinkled with really funny stories of all the crazy things I've seen over the past 20 years of being a wedding planner.
What inspired you to write this all down?
I work with brides, of course, as I said, and I wanted to create a real, honest guide for brides with practical advice. The book is also for moms, mother of the bride, mother of the grooms, bridesmaids, wedding planners, people that want to become wedding planners, because it's going to give them so much information about weddings.
What do you hope readers will take away from your book?
I really want every bride or person that reads the book to go into their wedding with their eyes wide open, that they will have zero surprises on their wedding day. They will go in fully educated, knowing exactly what to expect, the good, the bad, the great, the phenomenal, and that the advice will make their day super spectacular.
How can our viewers learn more about you?
Viewers can find me anywhere on social media. I'm on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, even TikTok, at Weddings by Allie, ALLIE, or they can visit my website at weddingsbyalliellc.com.
Thanks, Allie. There's nothing quite like real life. They say it's stranger than fiction. You know, we host programming at all 15 library locations. Each library makes a special effort to tailor their programming to meet the needs of the communities they serve. And that was certainly true at this next program.
My name is Harold Milliken, and I am the library technician
at Eden Park Library. Today we're at the Eden Park Library and we're celebrating the Red Stick Music Festival. It's going to be a homage to Baton Rouge's local music scene. We're just going to celebrate some artists and demonstrate a playlist of different music content. There are lots of really great music artists that are available for listening, and so this is like a listening party. Music is often about storytelling. I think it's important for us to connect as a community when we hear music from a diverse group of people. We here at this library in particular love to focus on community events that drive people into the branch. You can find out what programs are coming up at Eden Park by visiting www.ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Harold. Music has a unique way of bringing people together. Check out that playlist for yourself today for free at redstickrhythms.org. Stay right there. You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow.
Free entertainment is good for us all. That's why we make ebooks and audiobooks available through the Libby app. Get a library card. Get free entertainment at ebrpl.com/digital library.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Staying informed is good for us all. That's why we provide free access to the New York Times and other national newspapers online. Get a library card. Get informed at ebrpl.com/newspapers.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Special Collections welcomed author Luce Tremblay-Godet to the main library at Goodwood in June. A Canadian native, Tremblay-Godet moved to Baton Rouge in 2021 and experienced her first hurricane. This memorable event inspired her book, Les Jours Delta, or Delta Days, which is written in French. It's a fictional account of a group of neighbors in Baton Rouge preparing for a hurricane. And even though the characters in the book can never fully trust the weather, one thing remains certain. Everyone must find support to weather the storm.
My name is Luce Tremblay-Godet, and I wrote a book that's called Les Jours Delta. I think Les Jours Delta is a story about resilience. It's a story about how communities come together. It should be an inspiration to what you do when you feel the worst is coming. So today I will do my first book talk in my second language. My first language is French, so this is a little challenging, but I'm so happy, and for me it means a lot that I can be here because of my book, but just in general, like what it represents is huge. I was published as a photojournalist, and I also did podcasts. I'm a singer-songwriter, so I was a photographer, so I'm used to communicate ideas or feelings in different ways. It's the first time that it took the form of a book, but I think that was kind of my childhood dream that I came back to after all these detours. So I had to immigrate and experience a hurricane, and then boom, I had a book. It seems to me that people have that pure intuition that, okay, there might be someone in need, you know, when the hurricane hits, or when there's floodings, or where there's any drama, they're like on their feet, like ready to help. And they're not complaining too much, you know. First, they're gonna see if somebody else needs help. That's the thing I admire a lot, and because that's not how we are. I wouldn't think that's how we are in Montreal, like with weather events or. I think there's a lot of complaining, and it's not super constructive. As here, yeah, people can complain about the heat and all that, but you know, when there's a real drama, they're ready. They're gonna be there for other people. I was so proud, honestly, to be in the source, in the newsletter. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, you know, giggling, and because I read it every month, and I'm just so excited to see like all the events that are organized and all the different ways I can connect to my community. And for me, libraries have always been like a safe space. There's so much possibilities in a library.
Many thanks to our Special Collections Department for putting on this program. Remember, Les Jours Delta is written in French, and if you want to learn French, you can do that for free with Mango Languages, available now in the digital library at ebrpl.com. And now for today's contest. Visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/ebrpl. Show me your creations for Kindness Rocks. And then maybe make an extra one for the library, because we need to lay a circle of kindness around the oak tree at our new South Branch Library. That's facebook.com/ebrpl, and while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow in August? Well, dare I say it, we'll help you go back to school. Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow, and remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 15 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.
Knowing where you come from is good for us all. That's why we grant free access to genealogy resources available through Ancestry.com. Get a library card. Get your family tree at ebrpl.com/genealogy.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.